Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for listening to
Vaughn Radio.
That's right, this is Vaughn Radio, and it's the show with no name. Time for Liftoff 10, 9, 8. Come on.
7, 6,
You got it. Countdown
5,
with me, folks.
4, 3,
Come on.
2, 1.
Let's
0.
do it.
Ignition. Liftoff.
Let's go.
Liftoff.
With a little bit of lightning, too. Oh, yeah. We're electric today, folks. Let's rock and roll. Here we go. Get ready. Onto your hat. Strap on your seatbelt. Fasten your seatbelts. Hold on to your hat. Get ready for the ride of your life. The show with no name time. On Vaughn Radio. It's the show with no name. The show with no name. That's right, folks. Welcome aboard. Welcome to another exciting edition of The Show with No Name on Vaughn Radio. Oh yeah, I hope you guys are ready to rock. I've been waiting for this moment. Also, amigos, thank you, thank you, thank you, and thank you. Thanks, amigos. Why? Why am I thanking you? Good question. Because FYI has hit 500,000 downloads, folks. And that would not have been possible if it hadn't been for you, Show with No Namers, FYIers. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Merci beaucoup. Obrigado. Grazie mille, grazie mille. All right, folks. The Show with No Name. We are back and ready to rock. I hope you guys had an amazing weekend with your loved ones. I was with my loved ones. We broke in. To break in is estrenar. Good word. We broke in the new BBQ. The new barbecue is officially broken in, folks. Estrenado. You can also say christened, como Cristo, dando el nombre que viene de Cristo, to christen. So we have broken in. We have christened the barbecue. And that is like, you guys know I've been moving house. Well, you know that the moment I lit up that barbecue, I fired up that barbecue, that was the official welcome. Now, it was just a few family members, but we had so much to celebrate, celebrating the new home and also celebrating the fact that FYI has reached, I can't believe it, guys, not even in my wildest dreams could I imagine that. And my daughter, Lara, wanted to help celebrate.
Hey, Elias. Congrats! Ako family downloads to another family. Guys, rock! Keep it up! Oh yeah! Now we're talking. Good job, guys! Woohoo! Yeah!
All right, amigos, there it is. My daughter Lara celebrating along with us. Guys, it's time for today's pop quiz. Come on. Come on. Let's go. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Yeah. Let's go. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. That's right, amigos, our pop quiz. And if you love challenges, if you love quizzes, well, Vaughn Radio Trivia Night this coming Wednesday, July 5th, 2023. Guy Williams will be hosting this English extravaganza. And it'll be taking place at Calle de Amaniel 23 in Madrid. Calle de Amaniel 23, Roll, Madrid. Get there at 8. It's going to kick off at 8:30 p.m. Get there at 8. Hosted by Guy Williams, the one and only Guy Williams. It's Vaughn Radio Trivia Nights. Yeah. All right, amigos. I'll be there. I hope to see you there as well. All right. Well, today's challenge comes from my amiga, Tosh Pasqua. If you haven't listened to her program, you are missing out. Why? She is a tremendous teacher, and she goes over the building blocks, right? The building blocks are what you would say lo elemental, the building blocks of the English language. Without those foundations being strong, you're not going anywhere. Right? This is even a biblical parable, if I'm not mistaken. So you have to make sure that you have got this down. So listen to her show every day. It's called Back to Basics. And you can listen to it at 3 p.m. on the Vaughn Radio app, or you can listen wherever you listen to podcasts. You can search for Vaughn Radio, or you can search for the shows individually. In that case, it would be Back to Basics with Tosh Pasqua. And let's see what Tosh has prepared for us today. Now, I want you guys to do something here. I'm going to up the ante. You guys know how I feel about translation lists. Or maybe you don't. Let me remind you. When you see one sentence, let's start with the most simple sentence in the world. This is a pen. Afirmamos. This is an affirmation. This is a pen. Perfect. Qué bien, sabemos decir eso. Okay, can you tell me no es un elefante? This isn't an elephant. ¿Ves? Ya estamos ahora afirmando, negando. Question. Porque claro, tenemos que hacer preguntas en la vida, ¿no? Is this a pen? So, this is a pen. This isn't an elephant. Is this a pen? Y la indirecta. Do you know if this is a pen? So, anytime you see a structure, if it's a negative, find the positive. Then make it a direct question. Then make it an indirect question. That's how you know that you really got it down pat, a la perfección. All right, so here's Tosh's translation, and I want all four. So, quiero que haya menos problemas. Then you have to give me no quiero que haya menos problemas. Then you have to ask me the question, ¿quieres que haya menos problemas? And then you have to ask me the indirect question. ¿Sabes si él quiere que haya menos problemas? Who can do that for me? And let me tell you something. Back to basics, that's a difficult structure. So don't let the name fool you, as I always say. But I want you to give me all four. She gives us the affirmative. I want you to give me the negative. I want you to give me a question. And I want you to give me an indirect question. And this is from Tosh Pasqua's show, Back to Basics. It's Back to Basics on Vaughn Radio. Also, if you're looking for materials, you can stop by the Vaughn Tienda. in person or our website, vontienda.com. If you're looking for solutions, want to find out more about what we do, the many, many things we do. I mean, they're all English related. You can go to our website. It's grupovon.com, grupovon.com, and or follow us on social media. All right, let's go on over to our virtual chat room and see who's in the house. All right, here we go. Let's see. We've got German front row center. And German says, good morning, show with no namers. How are you doing? Great. Great. Now that you're here, German, ready to rock. There's Ricardo. Ricardo says, morning, mates. Kudos, teacher. Thank you. Thank you, Ricardo. Great to have you on board. Kubla asks, hello, entrancing pals? I don't know. Are we? It's up to you. I'm not ashamed to say I'm thrilled to the gills. Encantadísimo. I'm thrilled to the gills. Gills are what fish have. To share with you this unbeatable, unstoppable, uplifting, and engaging show. I do appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you, Kubla. Let's see. There's Born to Iron Man in the house, in the house. He says, morning, folks. Morning to you, too. Born to Iron Man. He also says, congrats, AA, for that huge number of FYI downloads. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much. Again. And I owe it all to you. I had the time of my life. And I never felt like this before. Yes, I swear it's the truth. And I owe it all to you, 'cause I had. All right, let's see. Who else is on board? Chris Valrol. Hey, guys, we need the rain. Necesitamos que llueva un poco. That's the only reason I'm singing. Chris says, morning, Alberto and mates. Hello, Chris Valrol. She says, Lara, and she puts the hearty eyes. And she says, I want there to be fewer problems. And I couldn't get the rest. Well, I didn't even give you, I could give you examples. So the rest is, como niegas esa? So, right? So I don't think you got the idea then. Let me explain it again. So whatever the sentence is, even if I'm not there, I'm not, you understand? You have to do the translations. So let's do another one. We already did. Okay. Where is he? Afirmamos. Where is he? Negamos. He isn't here, right? He isn't here. Where is he? He is over there. Afirmamos. So pregunta, negación. Afirmación, pregunta indirecta. So I don't have to translate anything. Es tú, Chris, jugando con las estructuras, lo que pido, okay? Maybe I didn't explain it clear enough. Let's see. I want there to be fewer problems. Well, the first one's right, but I'm looking for the other three. I want you to see if you can play with the sentence, guys. Okay, let's see. We've got Kubla in the house, and let's see what he says. He says, I want there to be fewer questions. Well, it was problems, but it's all right. Guys, is it Monday over there? What's going on? It's Monday somewhere in the world. Doesn't matter when you're listening to this, right? All right. So I want there, we'll change it to questions if you want. That's fine. I don't mind. I want there to be fewer questions. Is that correct? Yes. Okay. So I want there to be fewer questions. Ahí, eso es una afirmación. No hay negación ahí. I don't, right? I want there to be fewer questions. Ojo, americanos diríamos less questions. Usamos el fewer y el less mal. Nativos. Tú nunca vas a oír a un nativo de mi país decir, there are fewer people here. We say there's less people. Son contables y empleamos un incontable. Yo aviso. No digo que es correcto, pero lo vas a oír. Again, I always say this, guys, and it's so true. Native speakers don't carry around their grammar books. We left those in second grade, right? We don't need those. We speak on it now because we learned it. Not learn the structure, but learned how to say it. So we don't need to, use it as a guide. So great job. Let's see. I don't want there to be fewer questions. Muy bien. No quiero que haya menos preguntas. I don't want there to be fewer questions. Great. Do I want there to be fewer questions? Pregunta. Great job, Kubla. And then he gives us the indirect speech. You know that I want there to be fewer questions. Kubla, excellent job. You really did it. Nice job. Nice. All right. Wonderful stuff. There's my dad. Good morning, Dad. Good morning. He says, Alberto and friends and family. Greetings from Greenwood Lake, New York. What's up, Dad? Welcome aboard bright and early. Chris says, I missed your comments. I'm sure you explained it perfectly. I don't know. I'm still confused, Chris. I don't know what comments, I said. I just said what we have to do is take whatever structure we find, not just here, with anyone, and try and see if we can play with it. That's all. Right? So I don't know what all right, let's move on anyway. we'll move on. Okay, let's see. Anna says, hi, kisses for everyone. Have a nice Monday. Thanks for all you give and teach us, Double A. Oh, that was a magical comment, Anna. Thank you. You guys, I'm feeling the love. Can you feel the love tonight? I told you. I want it to rain. We need rain, at least here in Madrid. So great job, guys. Excellent job on our pop quiz. But you know what? We're going to move on because, as you know, we've always got so much to do on our show. So let's do today's Say What? Say what? It's the Say What. It's the Say What soundbite. It's the Say What. It's the Say What. It's the Say. All right, amigos. Say what? Say what? Say what? Say what? Say what? What? It's the Say What soundbite, folks. Only on the show with no name. It's the Say What soundbite. All right, you're going to hear a famous person speaking right now. And I want you guys to tell me what you heard, quite simply. All right, I think a lot of people, well, everybody knows who this person is. Let's put it that way. Everybody on the planet knows who this person is. Another controversial figure. My favorite. Lately, we've been looking at some controversial. We say polemic. También no es tan común como controversial. Pero sí, polemic is a word. Es como la palabra masticate. Okay, nadie dice eso. We say to chew. Porque masticate suena a masturbate. Like, es de cajón. Like, you just wouldn't say it. And masticate. 3 syllables or chew. Yo me quedo con chew. All right, amigos, let's take a look, or let's give it a listen, I should say. Here's your Say What soundbite. This is the first listen. What I want you guys to do, as always, is write down what you hear, and then we'll discuss your observations in your best English possible. Here we go, folks. The Say What soundbite for the first time.
Is the last free generation. You were born, and either immediately or within, say, a year, you are known globally. Your identity in one form or another, coming as a result of your idiotic parents plastering your name and photos over Facebook, or as a result of insurance applications or passport applications.
All right, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Sounds like the person is cool, calm, and collect. You know this one? Cool, calm, and collect means tienes todo bajo control. No, you don't get annoyed, frustrated, nervous very easily. Somebody who's, I think we all know somebody who's cool, calm, and collect. We say the 3 C's of cucumber, como los 3 C's de cucumber. All right, well, folks, I'm going to give it to you a second time now. We're going to do things a little bit out of order today, but that's, I like doing that. I like throwing you off a little bit, desconcertando. Keep you guessing from time to time. And I'm going to give it to you a second time now, and then I'd love to hear what you heard in your own words. And even if you can't participate live, you guys can jot it down on a piece of paper. And anytime you can, I mean, any opportunity you get to vocalize, to say the vocabulary, the expressions, the structures, everything we're looking at, any chance you get to say it aloud, if you're alone right now, that is a blessing. That is absolutely magical, because you can speak and you're not going to be bothering the person next to you at work. So do it, please. It's going to make you not just improve your comprehension and your listening, which you're working on every day, but it's also going to help you guys improve your speaking. But again, that's not in my hands. That's in your hands. I can only encourage you. All right, here we go with the Say What soundbite for the second time.
Is the last free generation. You were born, and either immediately or within, say, a year, you are known globally. Your identity in one form or another, coming as a result of your idiotic parents plastering your name and photos over Facebook, or as a result of insurance applications or passport applications.
All right, there you go, my amigos. There's your Say What soundbite. The good news is, I think it's really easy to understand this guy. I don't think anybody's going to have any difficulty understanding this guy. Oh, and by the way, guys, have I told you about Vaughntown? Listen carefully. Can you hear that? No. Listen closer. I'm not talking about the birds chirping. I'm talking about everybody speaking English and feeling comfortable. Listen. This is what it's like at Vaughntown, a peaceful place where you can really learn English and lose your inhibitions. There's a reason it's one of our star programs. Vaughntown, lose your fear of speaking English. If you want more information about this immersive experience, go to grupovaughn.com or give us a call, 911-385831. Lose your fear of speaking English and express yourself with clarity at Vaughntown. All right, amigos, we are off to our first commercial break. When we come back, we are going to take a look at homophones, movies, we've got a lot of stuff to look at here in the second, third, and fourth parts of the show, respectively. We're going to learn, we're going to laugh, we're going to play, as we always do, amigos. So you know how this works. We'll be back in 2 minutes with tons more. So if I were you, I wouldn't even think of going anywhere. Stick around. Hey, amigos, welcome back. Welcome back to today's show with no name, exclusively on Vaughn Radio. Don't forget to follow us on social media, and you can learn English all day long. Follow Vaughn, follow Ximena, follow Tosh, follow Kyle, Dave Boys. I'm mentioning the ones who share content on social media. Because Fitz and Jules, for example, and Guy, they have social media, but they don't use it too often. So, all right, amigos, welcome back to the second part of today's show. So much to do here on the show. I hope you guys are ready to rock. After today's show, you've got Ximena Holiday and Test Your English, followed by the Lunchtime Show with Rob and Andy. After the Lunchtime Show, you've got Back to Basics with Tosh Pasqua. Then you've got Let's Get Random with Jules Linares. After that, Western Civilization with Guy Williams. The Salad with Dave Boys, and Drive Time with Kyle Miller. All right, amigos, time to kick off our homophones on the show with no name.
Homophones on the show with no name. It's homophones time, cause homophones rhyme. They sound the same on the show with no name. The show with no name. Homophones on the show with no name. Cause homophones time, it's homophones rhyme. They sound the same on the show with no name. The show with no name. The show with homophones. Show with no name.
That's right, amigos. That's right. It is homophones only on the show with no name. And this is where we take a look at some tricky words. And we will be taking a look at your Say What soundbite comments in a little bit too. So we'll get to everything. I promise. We're working hard here to get everything done, as you know. And we will, by hook or by crook, como sea como sea, by hook or by crook. All right, let's take a look, my amigos, at today's homophones or not. The first word is the word romper. Okay, let's give you another word in English for it. Okay, it's got many, many meanings. It also means descanso. So to smash something into pieces, to fracture a bone, to fragment something. Something stops functioning, stops working. Okay. Also, we said un descanso, una pausa. What else? Fiestas, ¿no? Oh, tenemos el spring, las fiestas de la primavera, el descanso de la primavera. And it's got many, many other uses. Si le pones big, mi salto, mi golpe de suerte, right? If it's a make or situation, es todo o nada. So we'll take a look at it. It's a very, very common word with many, many different meanings. All right, so that's the first one. I know you all know that word. You should. Now, the second word is freno o frenar. So it's to stop something, a vehicle, and it's the actual thing. So it's a noun and a verb. You hit the and then the car will start to Okay? Those are your homophones. Also, let me give you the Say What soundbite. This will be the third listen. You've already heard it twice. Pay attention and write down what you hear.
Is the last free generation. You were born, and either immediately or within, say, a year, you are known globally. Your identity in one form or another, coming as a result of your idiotic parents plastering your name and photos over Facebook, or as a result of insurance applications or passport applications.
All right, there you go, amigos. Again, I think this is, the person takes pauses when they're speaking. I think the person is a clear communicator. There's no doubt in my mind. All right, well, let's go on over to our virtual chat room and see who's on board and participating. Let's see. There's Vero. Vero says, good morning, beautiful people, warriors around the universe. What's up, Vero? How's it going? Kubla, referring to the Say What soundbite. He says, it sounded like a non-American man discussing personality and identity according to social media misuse, bureaucracy, and upbringing. Wow, Kubla. You said a lot in a sentence there. Great job. Excellent job, Kubla. Chris, she says, I heard a calm and collected man. Great, great. Lo que acabamos de ver, ¿no? Tranquilo, que no le molesta muchas cosas. Whose accent I can't pinpoint. I think he's not American. I think you're right. I didn't get some words, but let's see, we got to continue. He's talking about a free generation, identity, and social media. And he mentions Facebook. Nice job, folks. Nice job. So, Lupe as well. Lupe says, I heard a man talking about how, in his opinion, social media has made that recent generations' identities aren't free anymore. Absolutely. Great ear, Lupe. Due to the amount of private information that has been posted. Great job. Wonderful. Really nice job, my amigos. Lovely, jubbly, lovely, jubbly, la 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 la, lovely, jubbly. All right. So, homophones. Let's see who's participating in the homophone section. Born to Iron Man is the first one to take a stab at it. And Born to Iron Man says they sound alike. His buddy Kubla agrees that these are homophones. Anybody else? I mean, I trust these two, but still, come up with your own opinions, right? All right, well, the best way to do it, as always, is I'll say the words for you. The first one is break. Give me a break. Basta ya, no me des tanta caña. Déjame en paz. Give me a break. Es el lema de Kit Kat. Give me a break. Give me a break. Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar. Give me a break. Give me a break. Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar. Did it work? Yes. I haven't seen that ad in decades, and it's still right there. I said, give me a break, give me a break, break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar. Give me a break. Necesito un descanso. O también, si tú lo dices a alguien como, come on, man, give me a break. Me estás dando mucha caña, man. Give me a break. No es necesito un descanso. Bueno, también, piénsalo. Realmente sí. Necesito un descanso, man. Por favor, de ti. Be careful. I've heard people say break. It's not break. Break. A no ser que esté en la palabra breakfast y ya no. Ahí es break. Imagínate la A fuera de esa palabra. Breakfast. Ahora. Y la A, la segunda A, es una E. Breakfast. Breakfast. Ahora ves? Maybe it's easier. Again, Americans, English speakers, we imagine the words in our heads the way they're pronounced, and then when we're writing them, we do it different. We have two sets. It's incredible. So sometimes you have to do those little tricks, right? So break, broke, broken. And how many uses? Well, we said to break records, batir récords, to break records. To break your back, darlo todo, no, trabajar duro. Right? My father broke his back. That means he worked very hard, right? You say romperse el lomo. Don't you say the same thing? Your back. My big break. Mi gran oportunidad. You know, when I went to Hollywood, I got my big break, right? Oh, did you hear about that couple? They broke up. Cortaron una relación. Also, don't worry. Don't adjust anything. I was just showing you what happens when you say you're breaking up. So if somebody on the phone is cutting out or breaking up, it's I would say you're breaking up. So again, I can give you a million other ones. Make or break. This is a make or break situation. Do or die. Sink or swim. I'm looking at any other meanings. I'm sure, again, there are hundreds, okay? Break. Fugarse, break. The media, dar la primicia. The newspaper broke the story. ¿Te acuerdas de breaking news? Ahí tienes, breaking. Está pasando. To break into. Some robbers broke into the neighbor's house, right? So there you go, my amigos. Break. Now the second word, the one that's associated to cars and things like this. Well, ooh, wow, that was close. That is to break. That car just braked. Fíjate, es un verbo regular. So bracket, break. So I'm going to hit the brakes before my break. Voy a darle a los frenos antes de mi descanso. Okay? I'm going to hit the brakes before I take a break. Por ejemplo, right? Associate it however you want, but yes, Those words are homophobe. Awesome. 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 All right, amigos. So what else? What else have we got? We were on homophones. What do we have to do now? I know we've got to do a lot of stuff. Let me just get my head back on. Oh, I know what we're going to do. Since it's really hot outside, and I know it is, I don't know where you guys are, but I know in Madrid, it's a scorcher, un día abrasador. So I figured we could go to a place where we can go inside and we can cool off with some popcorn and some AC, aire acondicionado. Is everybody ready to go to the movies? Name that movie. That's right. That's right, amigos. You know it. You know it. It is time for Name That Movie. And has anybody seen, is the new Indiana Jones movie out yet? I see. I've been so busy with work and then the move and everything that I'm a little bit lost. I need a break. Hablando de breaks. All right. Well, let's take a look at today's Name That Movie over here, my amigos. And we'll see if you recognize the movie I've chosen for you today. I've got to say this, and I know I say it a lot with songs and with music, with songs and with movies. I love this movie. I freaking love this movie. And I say that about a lot of songs, but you know why? Because I got a lot of songs and movies that I love, right? So here we go with today's movie. Through a series of freak occurrences, a group of actors shooting a big budget war movie are forced to become the soldiers they are portraying. All right. So through a series of freak occurrences, cosas raras. There was a freak storm que vino de la nada, no esperado, rara, ¿no? So through a series, vamos a pronunciar, no series, series, es como tu asistente Apple con ese. Through a series of freak occurrences, a group of actors shooting, no disparando en este caso, sino rodando, shooting a big budget war movie are forced to become soldiers, the soldiers that they are portraying. Okay, and to portray es interpretar, dar vida a, no? This is an awesome movie if you have not seen it. And it was a typical movie where I didn't know what to expect. And from the first second, I was like, okay, you got my attention. And I love it. I've seen the movie a million times. The cast is amazing. And let's see, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a winner. It's Kubla. The movie is Tropic Thunder. Tropic Thunder, which is an awesome movie. It is a movie that stars some of the greatest, at least in my opinion, actors. Ben Stiller, Jack Black, Robert Downey Jr. Okay, not the greatest actors, the funniest actors. And Tom Cruise is in the movie. And I got to be honest, this is my favorite role that Tom Cruise does in any movie. And he's awesome in Mission Impossible. He's amazing as Maverick, but he is absolutely amazing as Les Grossman, hombre asqueroso. His name is an apt name. And Les Grossman plays like this Hollywood agent. Tom Cruise plays Les Grossman, this Hollywood agent. And he's disgusting. And he's awesome. I guess he spent a lot of time around Hollywood. And he doesn't have a big role. But I don't want to give it away. He's just amazing. And I'm not, Tom Cruise. Okay, I get it. He's Tom Cruise. But I wouldn't say he's the greatest actor ever. You know what I mean? We're not talking about like Adrian Brody, these kind of actors. These are comedic actors, but they're great at what they do. And they're making a lot of money and they're very successful doing it as well, right? So Ben Stiller basically said that all of Tom Cruise's character traits for his character I was just telling you about, they were all chosen by him. He wanted to let Tom Cruise go crazy with the character, and he did. Also, the character Kirk Lazarus, who is played by Robert Downey Jr. So Robert Downey Jr. plays an actor named Kirk Lazarus who's playing a black guy in blackface. Yeah, I know the movie's wrong, but it's not supposed to be a movie to make everybody. It's a social commentary, if any. And the character was originally supposed to be Irish. And then Robert Downey Jr. said, guys, can we change it to Australian? Un acento australiano, Australian, an Aussie accent. He said it would be a lot easier for him to improvise if the character had an Australian accent. Now, let's see if you guys know why. Think of another movie where Robert Downey Jr. has an Australian accent, and obviously a movie that came before this movie. Anybody know it? Natural Born Killers. He plays a journalist, and he's got an Australian accent. And he goes, guys, I don't know the Irish accent really well. I mean, it doesn't make a big difference here if he's Irish. And they say, yeah, go for it. So, again, I don't think any actor could do that. I think if you're on the level of Robert Downey Jr., like, listen, now, if the character being from Ireland was part of the story, you can't change it. But really, it didn't matter so much in that case. And he's amazing in this role. Let's take a look at the scene that I've chosen for you. Al Pacino. I love it. It's Al Pacino. It's a rapper. Al Pacino. And he goes, and why am I in this movie? ¿Y por qué estoy yo en esta película? Maybe it's because I just knew I had to represent, que yo tenía que representar los míos. Because they had one good part in here for a black man. And they gave it to Crocodile Dundee. Le está llamando Crocodile Dundee por ser australiano. And then Kirk says, pump your brakes, kid. Esta ya lo sabéis. To hit the brakes, to pump is con el pie, no dar pisotones. Pump your brakes, kid. Relájate, chaval. Okay, relaja la raja. He goes, that man's a national treasure. And Al Pacino says, I just want to throw another shrimp on your barbie. And this is when we make fun of Australian people, we usually say, throw another shrimp on the barbie, mate. Good on, mate. Throw another shrimp on the barbie. Throw another shrimp, una gamba, on the barbecue. Ponme otra gamba en la barbacoa. It's that a dingo ate my baby. So there are like 3 sentences. Good on, mate. A dingo ate my baby. And throw another shrimp on the barbie. We Americans think that those are the only 3 things that our Australian people say in our heads. So he's making fun of him. Se está burlando. Throw another shrimp on your barbie. And Kirk says, that shit ain't funny. Eso no me hace gracia. And Kevin says, hey, fellas, it's hot. We're tired. It stinks. Apesta. And Al Pacino says, I ain't with you. Fucking with you. Right? Metiéndome contigo. Kangaroo Jack. Le llama canguro ahora. I'm sorry, the dingo ate your baby. And the dingo ate my baby. Again, it's that, like, we think that's all they say. And then he goes, you know, that's a true story. He goes, you know, it's a true story. Lady lost a kid. La señora perdió a su hijo. You're about to cross some fucking lines. Estás a punto de cruzar unas rayas conmigo, eh? And Kevin said they're about to duke it out, pelearse a puñetazos. And Kevin's he's the peacemaker. He goes, guys, relax. And if you haven't seen this movie, guys, it is just an amazing movie. So funny. It's got a social commentary too. And it's great. It's really, really great. Great job as well to Kubla, Vero, and Chris Valrol, who got it. All right, before we hit another commercial break, I think we're going to look at today's Double Trouble.
Double trouble, baby. Yeah, you know what time it is. Give it up. Double, double trouble. I said double, double trouble. Double, double trouble. I said double, double trouble.
That's right, amigos. It's the Double Trouble section only on the show with no name, and hopefully you guys will be able to figure this one out. I think it's going to be pretty easy. I could be wrong here, but something tells me that you guys are all going to be able to figure it out. All right? What's that? Oh, I guess I should have stopped singing earlier. Yeah, well, that's what happens. We need it. I mean, Spain, especially the south of Spain, is usually in drought conditions, sequía. So those of you who complain when it rains, shut up. Now, if you live in the north or if you live in England, I get it. But you can't complain about how much it rains from Madrid south. Really, really. You should complain the opposite way around. Say, why doesn't it rain more often? Oh, my God. We need that stuff to live, water. Okay, here we go with today's Double Trouble. Remember, you have to use the same word twice. Nadie va a amargarme la fiesta. Pase lo que pase. So, nadie va a amargarme la fiesta. Pase lo que pase. It's nice and relaxing, isn't it? I love the sound of rain, even if it's a fake sound effect. It sounds cool. And I'm sure this sound effect, I got it off the internet, but I'm sure somebody recorded rain. So what is a fake sound effect? Really, at some point, someone recorded rain, and now we're enjoying it. Isn't that nice? And we're not even getting wet. Look at that. So nadie va a amargarme, cuesta la vida, a amargarme. Nadie va a amargarme la fiesta. Pase lo que pase. That is your Double Trouble. We'll take a look at the answer to that in a little bit. But right now, folks, we've got to head to a quick commercial break. I can't believe how fast time is flying by. The good news, we'll be right back with tons more Show with No Name. When we come back, we'll take a look at that Double Trouble. We've also got your Say What soundbite, jokes, famous birthdays, name that lyric, and so much more. So, if I were you guys, I wouldn't even think of going anywhere. Stick around. Hey, amigos, welcome back. Welcome back to the show with no name on Vaughn Radio. Thank you so much for joining us every day here on Vaughn Radio. It is truly an amazing adventure with you guys, as always. Thank you so much for joining us. And don't forget to stay tuned the rest of the day. You got amazing shows all day long on Vaughn Radio, with every accent under the sun. You know it. Do 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 dee 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 do 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 da 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 dee dee dee. Don't forget to stop by our website, grupovon.com. Remember, guys, if you don't pick up books and courses, it's hard to keep the radio going. And, well, you benefit from it. So it's a win-win. If we obviously are able to, from time to time, get you interested in a book, a course, anything, you already know our style. You already know our method. So, and it works. That's why we've been around for over 40 years. It's mind-blowing. All right, amigos, welcome back. All right, welcome back. All right, well, I'll tell you what, let's listen to our Say What soundbite, and then what we'll do is we'll check our double trouble. Here we go. Is everybody ready? Here's the Say What soundbite for the fourth time. I don't think anybody's gotten it yet.
Is the last free generation. You were born, and either immediately or within, say, a year, you are known globally. Your identity in one form or another, coming as a result of your idiotic parents plastering your name and photos over Facebook, or as a result of insurance applications or passport applications.
All right, there you go, folks. That is your Say What soundbite. Hopefully somebody will be able to figure it out. Let's also take a look at our double trouble and see if anybody was able to figure that one out. All right, let's see. Let's see, where are we? Okay, the first person to figure out today's Say What soundbite. Let me just make sure here. Thankfully, we've got a lot of comments over here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think she's got it. Chris Valrol says, nobody is going to rain on my parade. Come rain or shine. Excellent, Chris. You got it. Nobody is going to rain on my parade. Come rain or shine. So come rain or shine makes sense. Si llueve o si hace sol. Come rain or shine, no matter what. Excellent job, Chris Valrol. Nobody's gonna rain on my parade. Come rain or shine. Let's see, Vero. Vero says, no. Oh, careful, Vero. You have to separate no one, because if not, it's nun con una e. So nobody va junto, pero no one, piensa, esos dos o's no van juntos. Entonces, si no cambia el sonido. So it would be no one is going to rain on my parade. Come rain or shine. All right. And let's see over here. Looks like Kubla's taking a stab at our Say What soundbite. There's just one problem, Kubla. It looks right, except for the third word. Now, I'm going to give you an applause, but I know you like the sound. I know you're like, oh, but you love it. The third word is wrong, but the rest looks pretty right? It looks pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. All right, so nobody is going to rain on my parade, come rain or shine. And somebody who rains on somebody's parade, or somebody who's always like Debbie Downer, we call that person a party pooper. You say agua fiestas, we say caga fiestas. Hey, it kind of makes sense, and I think that would make for a good joke.
Thank you. Okay, what did the guy say when he walked into the bar? Ouch. Ouch. You get it? Thank you. Okay, what did the guy say when he walked into the bar? Ouch. Ouch. You get it? Ouch. He walked into the bar.
You're joking. That's right, amigos. That's right. You're joking, only on the show with no name. And let's see what we've got today. We've got some jokes on the weather, and I don't know whether you're going to like them or not. Jokes on the weather. No sé si. O sea, sonamos. Okay, never mind. Bad joke. But if at least you know that, you should know that the word weather, tiempo, what's the weather like, or how's the weather, es la pregunta. Well, also the word weather. So we'll go whether the weather is nice or not. Toma. Iremos si el tiempo está bien o no, independientemente, weather, okay? And to weather the storm, capear el temporal, or something like that, you say? To be able to survive a difficult situation. So weather is also a verb, right? The word tiempo is a verb. It's to be able to survive a storm. All right, amigos, speaking of storm, let's get our little storm over here going. I want a little rainstorm. Everybody relax and enjoy these jokes. And hopefully you'll get them. Okay. German says, is Debbie Downer the same concept as negative Nancy? Yeah, definitely. The only thing is Debbie Downer, I think, is more popular. You know why? Because it was a Saturday Night Live character played by Rachel Drax. Si queréis verlo, es buenísimo. Hay varios sketches que tiene Rachel Drax de Saturday, ya no, pero antiguamente Saturday Night Live. And her name was Debbie Downer, right? Debbie Downer. And so, yeah, interesting stuff there, because in every scene that she's in, you can see the other actors cracking up. Que no pueden contenerse. Check it out, Debbie Downer. I'm sure you'll be able to find her on YouTube. Kubla, careful with your spelling of weather. I've never seen it spelled like that before. You put an extra H in el tiempo. Just be careful. I don't want to give people the wrong spelling of something, okay? So make sure you delete it or correct it there, just so people can see the correct spelling, right? I don't want to mislead people. Okay, so why was the bird so happy as he soared through the air? Why was the bird so happy? That's easy. As he soared. Do you know the word soar? Well, if you listen to the airport episode of FYI, you should. I said, we will soar high. To soar is fly really high. S-O-A-R. Es un homófono para soar dolido. S-O-R-E. Right? So I have sore muscles because I was paragliding yesterday and we were soaring through the clouds. Okay? So why was the bird so happy as he soared through the air? Easy. He was on cloud 9. On cloud 9. Right. No. On cloud. No. Okay. All right. Okay. Birds flying through the clouds on cloud 9. Estar en la gloria. And careful. You got two ways, but we don't mix them. I'm on cloud 9 and I'm in 7th heaven. Okay? 7th heaven is un show también. So to be on cloud 9 is to be extremely happy. So why was the bird so happy as he soared through the air? He was on cloud 9. Oh. And what about cloud 10? If cloud 9 is the ultimate happiness, it's bliss, la dicha, bliss, then what's cloud 10? What happens there? That really must be bliss. All right. What do you call dangerous precipitation? What do you call dangerous precipitation? Easy. A reign of terror. No. A reign of terror? I remember too when I learned about this in history class. I always associated this with Robespierre, the French Revolution, the guy who guillotined everybody. And they said he had a reign of terror, reinado del terror, a period of tyranny, right? A reign of terror. Una lluvia de terror. Un reinado del terror. Okay. All right. What do you get when you sit on the snow for too long? What do you get when you sit on the snow for too long? Easy. Polaroids. Polaroids? Polar, roids, hemorrhoids. We call them roids for short. Hemorrhoides, roids. Polaroids. Hemorrhoides polares. Remember the Polaroid pictures that you had to shake it like a Polaroid picture? You know what to do. You know what to do. Shake it like a Polaroid picture. You know what to do. So, all right. Last one. I got one more for you here. What do you call a snowman that tells tall tales? What? A snowman that tells tall tales. ¿Eso qué significa? Que inventa cosas. Cuentos chinos, you call them? Are you telling me tall tales? I'll say when Lara say, oh, Papi, the butterfly came and talked to me. I'm like, are you telling me tall tales? And telling tall tales es contando historias que te estás inventando. Okay, so what do you call a snowman that tells tall tales? Easy. A snowflake. No. All right, well, no. Did anybody get that one? I know you know what a snowflake is. Un copo de nieve, no? A snowflake. But also, if somebody is a flake, they're not somebody who can be trusted. They're not reliable. You cannot rely on them for anything. Okay? So when somebody is a flake, or the adjective, they're flaky, que también significa con muchas capas. Bueno, piénsalo, right? Flaky. So if you're a flake, if you're flaky, it means people can't, I'm telling you, people cannot trust you. So if somebody says, oh, that guy, he's a flake, I wouldn't trust him. Right? Guys, I see a lot of typos over here. Make sure, please, for your fellow students. I mean, I don't mind. I like that you guys are writing stuff, but be careful. I'm seeing a lot of typos over here. So just, make sure that you don't, because I can't correct everyone in the group either at the same time. So just be careful. Be careful because I don't want people seeing the words spelt the wrong way. So before you hit send, guys, make sure, just for the sake of your fellow students, okay? Again, because maybe I catch the comment, maybe I didn't catch the comment. I'm obviously, busy doing the section, so sometimes I might miss some comments. All right, well, folks, I hope you enjoyed those jokes. I hope you learned from those jokes, and I hope you're ready for our next section, Famous Birthday Trivia.
Famous birthdays for you. Famous birthdays for me. Famous birthdays for everyone on the show with no name. Birthdays for him. Famous birthdays for her. Birthdays for everyone on the show with no name.
That's right, amigos. That's right. It's famous birthdays only on the show with no name. And let's see who's celebrating a birthday in the dead of summer. Let's see who we've got over here. The first person was born in 1952. I didn't know she died. Oh my God, poor thing. She passed in 2004. See, some people, I didn't even know they were dead. And there are other people that I killed. Remember the other day I killed somebody. I said, he was, and I'm like, wait a second, he still is. Well, this person I'm trying to bring back to life, but unfortunately she did pass away in the year 2004. She was an American singer, songwriter, and actress. Her signature song, Gloria, Gloria, I think they got your number, Gloria, and anybody wonder, Gloria, and she had that raspy voice as well. Excellent, excellent stuff. She also contributed to soundtracks, the soundtrack of Flashdance, Ghostbusters, Miami Vice, and so much more. And another song that she has, which was another huge hit. I mean, she had many, but the two that most people know is Gloria, Gloria, and Oh, Self-Control. Oh, I don't know the lyrics, but I know the songs. And man, what a voice she had. And those songs, you know me, I'm an 80s child. I love the 80s. All right, number two. This guy was born in 1962. He is one of the world's highest paid actors. He's been in so many movies, starting with Risky Business, his first leading role, then Top Gun, which was another big one, The Color of Money, where he played a pool hustler, Rain Man. Hey, we looked at the word rain today. Rain Man, which was an excellent movie where he was in it with Dustin Hoffman. You got Born on the 4th of July, also Minority Report, Top Gun Maverick, Oblivion, Jack Reacher, The Last Samurai, War of the Worlds, Vanilla Sky. We already said Mission Impossible. And my personal favorite that he's in, where he's just excellent, Tropic Thunder. Today's Name That Movie. All right, and we're cruising through these famous birthdays. We're cruising through them. Estamos yendo rápido por ellos. That was a clue. I mean, you should know who was in Top Gun. We're cruising through this one. All right, and last but not least, this person was born in 1971, an Australian journalist, publisher, and activist. He founded, WikiLeaks. And that was in 2006. And right now, well, as we know, this guy is in prison. He is a prisoner, a political prisoner. And I won't give you my opinion on it, but I don't know. I don't like, I get it if you break a law. I get national security. I get all of that stuff. But also, how many other things are being hidden from us is the question I ask. Not this, this guy's just, he's the catalyst. My question is, okay, guys, you're trying to silence him. What else? What else? Tell us all. And they're not going to. So that's where I am, where I understand national security and all that jazz and blah, blah, blah. But this guy's showing us that governments are not to be trusted. In case you didn't know that. I'm sure you guys know that already. Doesn't matter what colors they wear. All right, folks, we've got some winners. Give it up to Give it up for Kubla and Chris Valrol. They got our famous birthday trivia. Number 1, Laura Branigan. Number 2, Tom Cruise. And number 3, Julian Assange. So that was an Australian accent you guys were hearing. Australian. And he says it's the lost. He doesn't say the lost free generation, the last. Kubla, you put lost, pero es por su acento, right? So it's the lost. That's the Australian accent there. So it's the last, yo lo voy a decir en mi acento, okay? It's the last free generation, el último, la última generación libre. You were born, and either immediately or within, say, a year, you are known globally. Your identity in one form or another, coming as a result of your idiotic parents, tus padres idiotas, plastering your name and photos over Facebook. To plaster es poner por todas partes. Plastering your name and photos over Facebook, or as a result of insurance applications or passport applications. So he's saying that they've got you. They're watching. Big Brother is watching. And here's Julian Assange on his birthday from jail.
Is the last free generation. You were born, and either immediately or within, say, a year, you are known globally. Your identity in one form or another, coming as a result of your idiotic parents plastering your name and photos over Facebook, or as a result of insurance applications or passport applications.
All right, there you go, folks. Julian Assange. And it's time for Name That Lyric.
Hi, hello, Alberto. I think the song is... No? Sorry, bye.
Name that lyric, name that lyric, name that lyric, name that lyric only on the show with no name, the show with no name, the show with no name. Name that lyric only on the show with no name, the show with no name, the show with no name. It's name that lyric only on the show with no name.
That's right, amigos. That's right. It's Name That Lyric. As I said, we're changing it up a little bit today. We're doing things a little bit out of order, but you're going to learn the same amount of stuff, if not more. Again, that part is always in your hands, amigos. All right, Name That Lyric. I'm going to give it to you today since we have 3 minutes before our commercial break, which is normally I have 1 at the end of the show. So here we go. Let's see if you guys can figure out this song. Ay, la noche es mi mundo. La luz de la ciudad, una chica pintada. De día nada importa. Es la noche que, I forget this word, that flatters. The word is flatter in English, que no es más plano. Bueno, puede ser esto, pero también es halagar, adular. That's a tough word for me. So it's the nighttime that flatters. En la noche, sin control. Por la pared o a través de la pared, algo se está rompiendo. We looked at the verb to break today. Vestido de blanco mientras andas por la carretera de mi alma. Whoa, things are getting pretty crazy here. Por la carretera de mi alma. Me coges el autocontrol. Nobody, you have to know it by now. I just said the title of the song. Me tienes viviendo solo por la noche, o sola, I should say, por la noche. Hasta que venga la mañana y el cuento está contado. Coges mi control, coges mi autocontrol. And remember that word auto is self, right? We know it from autofoto, selfie, autorretrato, self-portrait, right? Selfish es alguien que es egoísta, is selfish. Not shellfish, ojo, shellfish, marisco, okay? Selfish is what happens if you eat all the shellfish. So te los doy los dos juntos. Don't be selfish and eat all the shellfish. Oh my God, me ha costado hasta a mí. All right, well, it looks like nobody knows the song. It's Laura Branigan, and it's You Take Away My Self-Control. You take away my self-control. I think it's something like that. As you can see, I don't know the lyrics, but I love this song, and I hope you guys sing it with me. And we're going to go to our next commercial break, and we'll be right back. I can't believe it, with the fourth and final part of today's show, guys. So stick around. Come on, come on. You take my soul, you take my self-control. Hey, amigos, welcome back. Welcome back to the fourth and final part of today's show with no name. I hope you guys are having fun. I hope you're learning, and I hope you're going to stay tuned after today's show to listen to the lovely Ximena Holiday and her program, Test Your English. Remember, you can pick up the book over at the Von Tienda. It's called, you guessed it, Test Your English. It's an awesome book, and it's got tons of exercises in it based on some of the most common mistakes. So really, it could be called Test Your English on some of the most common mistakes. And that's great, because if you can get them, you can get them once. It's like what I tell my students. If you can pronounce that word correctly once, you can pronounce it correctly 1,000,000 times. So same thing with any structure. Mastery takes time. It takes patience. It takes effort. And you guys have all of those in your palate. Tu paladar, right? Palate? Your palate is on your tongue, but also a painter uses a palette. Paleta. Uh-huh. See, sometimes you can make up the words, and sometimes you can't. Sometimes, but you got to at least try. I always tell my students, you don't lose anything by making up a word or, making up a way to say it if you didn't know how to say it before. The worst you're going to get is somebody's going to look at you like they're totally confused. Like, what are you talking about? And that's why it's really important too. Like, when you're talking to somebody, you look and make an eye contact. You can see if they're understanding it or not. You can see if they're paying attention. There are certain things we can gather. So don't ever underestimate the power of gestures, body language, and your eyes. Your eyes can communicate, I'd say, much more than what we can put into words, right? I think so. Just one look can say so many things. It's reminds me of the old expression about a picture. They say a picture can say 1,000 words. Well, same idea, my amigos. And since today we were taking a look at that Australian accent, which is one that you guys, at least you guys, and including me in with you, are not as familiar with. So I decided I'm going to take you to Australia today. I'm taking you to Melbourne, and we're not going. It's not just you and me. our good friend Tosh Pasqua is taking us along with her. Let's go. Hey, Natasha, thanks so much for meeting us here in Melbourne.
G'day, Alberto. How are ya?
Great. I am so excited because I've never been to Australia.
You've never been here before?
No. I've been wanting to come to the land down under, but I've never made it here.
Well, this is a great city, Alberto. Have you ever been to Flinders Station?
No. What's that?
It's in the city centre. It's one of the oldest train stations here in Melbourne.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
It's beautiful. I'll take you down there now and show you around.
And I love trains. Oh, man, this is going to be a great day.
And you love trams?
Of course.
Well, Melbourne is the only city here that has trams, and it's well known for its trams.
Oh, so we're going to have a great day, aren't we?
Amazing day. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, let's go.
Are you guys ready? Let's discover Melbourne, Australia. Good eye from the land down under, mate. Ever since I saw Isle Dundee, I've wanted to say that. Once we arrived here, I realized that I've been pronouncing the word Melbourne wrong my whole life. I always pronounced it Melbourne, but it's more like Melbourne. Live and learn. Melbourne became one of the world's biggest and wealthiest cities in the 50s due to the gold rush. And to this day, it upholds its quality of life. It's ranked the world's most livable city by The Economist for 6 years straight since 2011. I'm ready to live it up here. We'll tour the city, and later this afternoon, we managed to get tickets to Circus Oz, a rock and roll theater and comedy circus without animals. It's been a Melbourne institution since 1978. La primera vez que me saludó un australiano, oí "Good eye, mate". Después de preguntar 20 veces qué había dicho, me di cuenta de que era "Good day, mate", "Good eye, mate", que significa "Buen día, amigo". Que sepas que no suena nada parecido a como lo decimos en Nueva York. Ellos dicen "Good eye, mate". A que te acabo de ahorrar 20 watts. To manage es gestionar, pero cuando va seguido de la preposición to, significa lograr o conseguir hacer algo. Lo usamos mucho. Let's see if you manage to use it correctly. A ver si consigues usarlo correctamente. ¿Conseguiste hablar con él?
Did you manage to talk to him?
Conseguimos reservarles una plaza.
We managed to reserve a spot for them.
Consiguió enfadar a todos cuando gestionó la empresa.
He managed to make everyone angry when he managed the company.
Fact or fiction? Melbourne was originally going to be called Batmania. This is a fact. It has nothing to do with Bruce Wayne, though. John Batman was an explorer and one of the founding fathers of Melbourne. However, he wasn't as heroic as Batman is in Gotham City, at least according to some people. His treatment of the Aboriginal people was not what you could call fair. John Glover, an Australian painter and Batman's neighbor, said he was a lousy thief and the vilest person he'd ever met. I think Batmania would have been a cooler name, but I'm glad they didn't name it after John. He seemed to be batshit crazy. La palabra fair significa justo. A lo mejor te suena de fair play, juego limpio, justo, o de fair trade, comercio justo. Fair se pronuncia fair, y su opuesto es unfair, injusto. Si te cuesta la pronunciación, siempre puedes recurrir a just o unjust. I have a dream. This is history. To be or not to be. Since it was founded, a lot of different people and animals have called Melbourne home. It's the fox capital of the world. There are between 6 and 23 foxes per square kilometer in the city. So there must be foxes coming out of the woodwork here. Despite these numbers, people seldom see foxes walking around the city. You're more likely to run into a sly old fox or a street performer dressed as Zorro. Esta estructura, aunque no es fácil, tampoco es imposible. There más to be es haber. Veamos unos ejemplos porque there must be a way to learn this structure. Tiene que haber una manera de aprender esta estructura. Hay un coche aparcado en tu sitio.
There's a car parked in your spot.
Habrá un atasco como siempre.
There will be a traffic jam as always.
Hubo uno ayer también. Tiene que haber una solución.
There was one yesterday too. There must be a solution.
La expresión coming out of the woodwork significa literalmente que algo se está saliendo de las molduras, pero quiere decir que aparece de repente o inesperado. Viene de las termitas que viven en la madera y parecen salir de la nada. Por ejemplo, many sushi joints have come out of the woodwork. Muchos garitos de sushi han salido de la nada. Fun facts. The black box recorder used in airplanes was invented by Dr. David Warren in Melbourne in 1958. He had a personal reason for inventing this. His father died in an unsolved plane crash over the Bass Strait in 1934, when David was just 9 years old. Some have compared the Bass Strait to the Bermuda Triangle because ships have disappeared without a trace. I'm not sure whether this is an urban legend or not, but the story of a son inventing something to help save lives so that his father's death wasn't in vain is better than any Hollywood movie I've ever seen. I'm sure David's dad would be proud of his son. And it just shows that necessity is the mother of invention. Straight es estrecho y straight es recto. Aunque ambos se pronuncian straight, quédate con la frase we went straight through the strait. Atravesamos el estrecho. Así practicarás la pronunciación y un poco de geografía de paso. Veamos más ejemplos.
When we were in Turkey, we went straight through the Bosphorus Strait. When we were in Calais, we went straight through the Strait of Dover. When we were in Ceuta, we went straight through the Strait of Gibraltar. When we were in Sumatra, we went straight through the Malacca Strait.
Dig in! Melburnians love their coffee. In fact, the city gives off many smells, but the predominant one is perhaps the smell of roasted Java. But you can't live off just coffee. You'll get jittery. So let's eat something too. I've been told that Ligon Street is where all the foodies hang out. There are so many cafes, bars, and restaurants on this street that I can't decide which one to go in. I have an idea. Let's grab a glass of one of their local wines from the vineyards of Mornington Peninsula. And speaking of booze, I've been told to try the wet pussy shot. Don't Google it, please. I already made that mistake. In Melbourne, this doesn't mean a humid vagina. It's a popular shot made with vodka, peach schnapps, cranberry juice, and lime. Jittery significa nervioso o inquieto. También usamos jitters, una forma de esta palabra, como sustantivo, para decir que alguien está muy nervioso. Fíjate en el ejemplo. I have to give a speech now. I got the jitters. Tengo que dar un discurso ahora. Estoy nervioso. Espero que no cometas el error de decir I commit mistakes. En inglés decimos to make mistakes. Commit es comprometerse con algo. He's never committed to anything in his life. Él nunca se ha comprometido con nada en su vida. También lo usamos como parte del verbo suicidarse. En inglés no es to suicide, sino to commit suicide. Commit it to memory. Apréndetelo de memoria. Local lingo. There are many words for beer here, like amber fluid, amber juice, tinny, or coldy. They probably have as many names for beer as there are kinds of beer, but that's not all. I realized that they also have their own vocabulary here. When I was at the beach earlier, someone asked me if I had my thongs, and I was very confused. Did this person look at my body? I shouldn't be wearing a thong. Turns out it was a mix-up, because the word thongs here means flip-flops. That person also said he was going to return to the beach tonight with his Matilda. I assumed it was his girlfriend's name, but he was actually referring to his sleeping bag. He wants to camp out on the beach tonight under the stars. I guess I'll have to get used to the slang used in the Big Smoke. Tinny viene de la palabra tin, hojalata, aunque también significa suertudo, y es un barco pequeño de hojalata. Ah, y no te lías con la palabra tiny, diminuto, que pronunciamos tiny. I left a tiny tinny in my tinny. Dejé una latita de cerveza en mi barco de hojalata. Una frase que solo tendría sentido aquí. Famous Melburnians. I've got chills, they're multiplying, because some really great entertainers have come from Melbourne. Talents such as Olivia Newton-John and my favorite Australian, Kylie Minogue, come from these streets. There's a phenomena called the Kylie effect in Australia. No, it doesn't mean that heads turn every time she walks down the street, even though that's also true. The Kylie effect comes from her battle with breast cancer. When she went public about it, mammograms rose by 40% in Australia. She has inspired other women to keep abreast of their health. Otro juego de palabras aquí. To keep abreast of es mantenerse actualizado. Pero abreast es un pecho. Lo sé, es un chiste muy malo, pero así igual te quedas con la expresión. Otro ejemplo. He keeps abreast of breakthroughs in breast cancer treatment. Él se mantiene actualizado con los avances en tratamientos de cáncer de mama. Hello, hello, testing. Testing 1, 2, 3. Music to my ears. Settlers from the British colony of Van Diemen's Land founded Melbourne in 1835, and it was incorporated as a city in 1837, 2 years later. I know. What does this have to do with music, you ask? Perhaps U2 fans will recognize Van Diemen's Land from the U2 album Rattle and Hum. It's the second track on the album, and it was written and sung by the lead guitarist, The Edge. The song is a tribute to Irish poet John Boyle O'Reilly. He was imprisoned and deported to Van Diemen's Land, a penal colony at that time, due to his poetry. He managed to break out and make it all the way to Philadelphia. La palabra edge significa borde o ventaja, entre otros, y parece tan sencilla, una sílaba y poco más. Es lo que llamo palabras ricas, por su multitud de usos y frecuencia de uso. Vamos a ver unos ejemplos para que juegues con ventaja. Estoy nervioso porque estoy en el borde de un acantilado.
I'm on edge because I'm on the edge of a cliff.
Si quieres tener ventaja en el mundo de los negocios, necesitas idiomas.
If you want to have an edge in the business world, you need languages.
Tienes que estar a la vanguardia.
You need to be on the cutting edge.
What the Facts. Melbourne has some of the wackiest laws ever. And since we're already on it, we can practice the structure you may not. The following laws take the cake. Está prohibido comerciar con piratas.
You may not trade with pirates.
Está prohibido conducir con un perro o una cabra atados a un vehículo en público.
You may not drive a dog or a goat harnessed to a vehicle in a public place.
Está prohibido volar cometas o jugar a un juego que moleste a otra persona en público.
You may not fly kites or play a game that annoys another person in public.
Está prohibido cantar una canción obscena si la puede oír alguien.
You may not sing an obscene song within earshot of someone.
Está prohibido tener un artículo de disfraz sin una excusa legítima.
You may not have an article of disguise without a lawful excuse.
Kite es cometa, y puede que te suene del deporte kitesurf. Para ambas actividades necesitas viento. Y hablando de viento, en inglés decimos go fly a kite para mandarle a alguien a tomar viento. Tell me the movie. And action. The story of the Kelly Gang was filmed in Melbourne in 1906 and is known as the world's first full-length narrative feature film. It was recognized as such by UNESCO in 2007. That's all well and good, but more importantly, the hunky Chris Hemsworth was born there. He grew up between the city and the outback. Some of his earliest memories are of crocodiles, cattle, and buffaloes. The outback es el campo en el interior de Australia. Es una palabra muy asociada a este país. De hecho, la cadena australiana Outback Steakhouse es muy popular en Estados Unidos. Cuando pienso en The Outback, me viene una imagen de un sitio remoto en medio del campo a la cabeza. Vamos, por donde se movían Crocodile Dundee y Steve Irwin. ¿Te acuerdas de Steve Irwin? The Crocodile Hunter? A este hombre tan ligado a la naturaleza le acabó matando una picadura de una stingray. If you asked me to go to the outback, I would back out. Si me dijeras de ir al campo salvaje, me echaría atrás. Good sports. Australian rules football started in Melbourne. It's also where the Olympics took place in 1956. Not only was it the first city to host this sports event, but Australia was also the first country to host it in the Southern Hemisphere. It was a very special ceremony. It was the first time the teams would parade around together at the end of the games as a symbol of unity among nations. This happened because a teenager named John Ian Wing sent an anonymous letter suggesting that the athletes walk out together to close the Olympics. It's been a tradition ever since. Now that's what I call an idea of Olympic proportions. Sabemos que host es anfitrión, por lo que tiene sentido que el verbo to host signifique acoger u hospedar. También usamos esta palabra en el sentido de portador o huésped de un virus. Si lo piensas, la idea detrás de todo es la misma. In good company. Two of the most popular companies in Australia happen to be food and drink brands. Australians take their food very seriously. Vegemite was invented in Melbourne. It's a spread used on toast or in a sandwich. Being an American, I'm not sure what to make of it. Let me try and describe it to you. It's a savory, yeast-based product with celery, onion, and other seasonings. The other popular brand is Foster's Beer. I have many memories of Foster's in college. They are foggy memories, but great ones. Seguramente conoces el verbo to happen, como ocurrir o pasar. Pero la estructura happen to es dar la casualidad de que. I happen to have a few examples ready for you to review. Da la casualidad de que tengo unos ejemplos para revisar. Da la casualidad de que tengo un bolígrafo.
I happen to have a pen.
Da la casualidad que tengo una amiga de Melbourne.
I happen to have a friend from Melbourne.
Da la casualidad de que saben qué ocurre detrás del escenario.
They happen to know what happens backstage.
To spread significa extender, untar o difundir. Así que tiene sentido que a spread es una crema para untar, como el queso crema. ¿Ves? A veces el inglés es lógico. Spread the word. Difunde la palabra.
Okay, Alberto, are you ready to go to the circus? Do you like it?
Oh, I've loved circuses since I was a little kid. In fact, my life is a bit of a circus.
Well, get ready to go to the best circus you've ever been to. Let's go to the Circus Oz.
Nice. Circus Oz se fundó en 1977.
Circus Oz was founded in 1977.
Tratan temas como la injusticia social.
They deal with themes such as social injustice.
¿Pero hay director de circo?
But is there a ringmaster?
No estoy seguro. Lo único que sé es que no hay animales.
I'm not sure. The only thing I know is that it's animal free.
¿Es como Cirque du Soleil?
Is it like Cirque du Soleil?
Cirque du Soleil empezó en 1984.
Cirque du Soleil started in 1984.
¿Son unos copiotas?
Are they copycats?
No, estoy seguro de que ambos son originales a su manera.
No, I'm sure they're both original in their own way.
¿Y quién fundó Circus Oz?
And who founded Circus Oz?
Si no te importa, estoy intentando ver el espectáculo.
Do you mind? I'm trying to watch the show.
Vale, perdona, culpa mía.
Right, sorry, my bad.
Wow, Natasha, what a great city you come from. Really, what a great day.
It's a great city, isn't it? Yeah, but
I'm
we're not
so-
finished.
Oh, no?
No. We're off to Sydney. I'm taking you there.
Oh, great. Next stop, Sydney.